Nikki, what's going on?
What's going on?
How are you? How's life? How you been doing? I always ask people this. How you been doing and all of this craziness with COVID-19 and all of the social issues that's going on? We haven't talked in a while, so how you been holding up with all this?
Everything's been sensational. Future voice. This was like a very sensational, introspective year, like foundational year for me. Getting rid of all of the shit that just doesn't serve me, and stepping into the things that do. Being open to change has been what this year has been about. So and stepping into it. So I've had an amazing year.
Yeah, that's beautiful to hear, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to hear. 2020 took a toll on a lot of people, and it seemed like on New Year's, everybody was excited to get to 2021. Like, it's and I told people not to feel bad about this, but it's almost as if once the clock struck midnight on 2020 into 2021, everything was just going to disappear. Everything was just going to go away. And part of me wanted to be really cynical about that and say, well, come on now, we still got work to do. It doesn't just change. But also I get the transformative nature of it, the transition, the symbolism of it. It's like we went through something and we got to try to, we need that mental change. Mentally, we just need something to make ourselves feel better. So I'm glad you holding tight. I'm glad things are going well with you.
Thank you.
You jive like a star, right? I always trip off you.
What?
I always trip off you because I'll just be like randomly scrolling through IG or something like that on Twitter, and then I'll see people post memes or whatever, or like screenshots of people's Twitter statuses or whatever, and I was like, that's my homie. It's always you. It'd be like 100,000 likes on the joint. I'm like, man, my God, this girl is
thank you.
Certainly
I
has
appreciate that.
Oh man, you know what it is, man. You certainly have an impact on people. Let's just talk about that. The thing that you're doing right now, I've been doing for a while. Plug is the Nikki Thoughts podcast. What inspired you to launch the podcast, and just tell the audience a little bit about it. I know about it already, but tell the audience about it.
Yeah, sure. So with the Nikki's Thoughts podcast, I was doing Therapy Thursdays on my page, Nikki's Thoughts, and I wanted to do something that was more so extended. And I wanted to speak more on the topics that I was talking about. On Instagram, you're only allowed a certain pocket of space to like really talk about things. And I'm long-winded. I can explain shit all day long. So Nikki's Thoughts podcast was just me being me, like talking about things, but in our language. That's the baseline for all my brands, is for our language, for us. Like this is a safe space that I have for us. So I wanted to bring that, on the wax. I don't know if that's called the wax.
It's not wax, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
okay.
It's not wax.
So, I came to you, Adam, and you turned my speakers up, and the rest was history. And even with the new podcast now that I'm doing it this year, just being more transparent. I felt like before I was doing topics that people wanted me to talk about. And I really wasn't really passionate about it because I do this shit all day at work and stuff. But now I'm talking about things that I'm passionate about. And, I want to find my tribe with people who are passionate about the shit I'm passionate about, and not trying to appeal to everybody. So it's really Nikki's thoughts. It's really my thoughts, not what you all want me to talk about.
That's interesting. You bring that up. For the new year, the last interview I did for the Butler did it was with the 8-More-92 show. Shouts out to my folks. We talked about that, and we talked about how you could get kind of put in the bottle as a creative. You get known for a certain thing. I feel you on that, because I started off with the whole "I'm single because" thing and all that, and then it turned into, well, Adam talks about relationships. This is what we want him to talk about, and then I kind of got into the while learning more about my mental health and exploring my mental health, I became transparent about my mental health. So I would talk about that. Then it was, and literally the fellas from 8-More-92 thought I was a therapist because I talked about, and the changes I've made with this show. It's wild you bring that up, because you want to have that freedom to share your entire self. You know what I mean? And not have to just get put up, just get pigeonholed into certain content. So you say you struggle. Well, I won't say you did. So you struggle with that, but that was definitely something that you dealt with. What do you think you got known for? What was it that people came to a.Nichole and said, hey, this is the content we're going to get from her and we expect from her?
To be honest with you, because we friends, trauma. That's what it was. And that was one of the reasons why I had to rebrand.
Yeah.
I was tired of taking breaks because I would take a break and come back and my DMs would be full of just trauma. And it was like they saw me as a person to come. This is my problem. Tell me what I should do. And I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to talk about bad stuff all the time, or recovery from trauma all the time. And I felt as though Nikki's thoughts had pigeonholed me, like you said, where the safe space that I've created for other people is not safe for me anymore, because every time I try to deviate, I'm tired of creating brands. I'm creating these brands because when I'm on Nikki's thoughts with it, y'all fucking with me. So I have to create a separate entity. And it's like, hold up, no. I got to set that boundary with myself. And if that means I got to start over, then I got to start over, because like I said, it was past the break, so I don't want to be known for trauma anymore. I'm cool with, hey, listen, we can talk about that. I go to bat with you, but I want to have fun now.
Yeah.
I want to smile now.
Yeah.
I'm just on some different stuff now.
Yeah.
So I just want to be known for some like, we're going to overcome this stuff. And that's why 2020 was so important to me, because it allowed me to give myself everything I was giving other people.
That's real. So, that's real. Again, the symbolism of 2020 being such a rough year overall, all the things that went down. We don't got to get the laundry list of shit that went down in 2020. It's like you have to be joyful on purpose in 2021. And that even goes down that even applies for us creatives, right? Like we have to put that out there. You're a Black woman, right? You are, do you think that part of the appeal and part of the being open about being able to speak to people about trauma from definitely from a professional standpoint, and also just from being a sister with an opinion, right? What do you think it was about you that attracted people to that so much though? What was it about a.Nichole that said, she's a person that provides that safe space for me to DM her and share my thoughts?
I think that it was just my transparency. And again, just speaking that language. I know, like when I first came out, and even like now, people try to pigeonhole me and tell me because, you have these degrees, you're not supposed to be this way. Or, because you have these accolades, you shouldn't even like to do this. And no, I provide that space. Like, it's people out here who talk like you. It's people out here who feel like you. And I'm going to, some people don't, you can't go to therapy and somebody's just reading something off of their checklist and you're like, okay, I'm going to take this homework home and I'm going to do it. Sometimes, especially in my sessions, I'm like, look, you fucking up.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
And that's how I am. I'm direct. I speak to people, the way in that non-clinical way, in that relationship way. I form that relationship where you feel as though I'm your friend in your head. That's what, I've been referred to, the big sister or whatever. I foster that relationship. I really make it feel like family. So that's why they fuck with the kid.
That's why they fucks with you. That's why they fucks with you. I already knew, but I had to ask that's why they fucks with you. I said to you before the show, I would be transparent with my audience. I said, sis, we just gonna rap. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so I'm glad we went here because there are a lot of people that want to get into this space. They want to, the bigger social media gets, the more access people have to a microphone. All you gotta do is buy a microphone and get a computer and you can just do your thing, right? People want to jump into this space. And I have seen a lot of people start and stop. Take breaks. I've taken breaks. You've taken breaks. But some people just never go again because I think they don't understand how much of yourself you need to pour into this in order for it to really work.
Yes. Right? And you can't fake it.
You cannot fake this at all. Again, I just made the transition. I made that announcement to my audience that I want to talk about sneakers sometimes. I want to talk about, the latest video I just posted up was about Soul, the movie Soul, because I just like it. I don't always want to talk about politics, shit like that.
Right.
For a person who, and I know you're going to, I imagine you're probably gonna make a face at me, but you are successful at this. Okay. I started to show off by saying you have the ability to go viral in order to and garner attention. Your events are successful. I'm pretty sure people look at you and say, yo, that's a template for what I want to do. For people that want to get into this, what advice do you give them in order to mind their mentals, as I like to say?
This one probably sounds so cliche, but be you, be transparent. Like if you come in here trying to follow somebody else's blueprint, you're gonna fail.
Bang.
Because you don't know where they going and you don't
Bang.
know where they stopping point is.
Yeah.
What I had to be comfortable with the uncomfortableness of being first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I came out with the Hedonist Playground plug at Hedonist Playground,
talk to
my women's playground,
mm-hmm.
for my erotic women's playground for my sisters and the brothers come too.
Mm-hmm.
I used the word hoe, Heaux. And I remember when I first started saying hoe, when I was calling them my hoe cakes and stuff, people were like, oh my goodness, like, how can you say that? And you're this professional woman. And I'm like, professional women don't get down on the floor.
Right.
Like, you know, women, you know, in these spaces don't get down on the floor.
Right.
And now everybody is saying hoe. Jasmine Sullivan just dropped hoe stories.
Spelled
the same way. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. You have to be comfortable with somebody trying to get in your way and you like, out my way. Right. You got to be so comfortable with what you see that you just go straight to it. And that's what I've always done. I grew up without a dad. You know, I had so many fucking obstacles. People been telling me I wasn't going to be shit from the giddy up.
Yeah.
So you got to dig into that and you got to bring yourself up and you can't listen to other people. Right. You cannot. That's the biggest thing. Authenticity and blinders.
Yeah.
People not blessed with your vision. You can't talk to them about it.
Yeah.
They got to go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Authenticity, right? That's a big one. You know, you've grown. I've watched you grow since when I first met you, right? I'm sure you've seen me change and grow. You know,
absolutely.
You know, I started off this as, again, Mr. Single because and all that. Now I'm blang blang. I got the Wakanda.
Blangin'.
Okay? Wakanda, pure Wakanda. Okay, vibranium. But you know, and so I agree with you that, you know, being transparent, your audience will grow with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I know I have some insight to your audience. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you know, my audience as well is, you know, you can't continue to try to do the same thing in order to please something that they probably don't even want anyway. They want to see you grow. And that's what I would tell people, like, you know, you know, you get in a space where you really offering yourself and you're being very transparent and you're going to put yourself out there in ways that, you know, our parents never had an opportunity to do this. There was no, podcasting. It was like you had to get a job in order to do this, right?
A job cast.
Yeah, a job cast. There you go. Job too. But yeah, you know, so you had to, you know, you gotta, you know, you have to really be careful about that, but also be willing to grow and explain to people that, yo, I'm not on that no more. You know what I mean? I'm not on that anymore. My content is going to be different. Going to be talking about different things, and the people that rock with you, they're going to rock with you. And that's one thing I realized that people, you know, I'm sure people enjoy about you and really appreciate about you is that you keeping it a buck with them. When you need to take a break, you take a break. I'm really going to take breaks for that. You know what I'm saying? And you mind your mental health because that's what's going to keep you fresh and keep you on top of your game. You know.
Exactly. And there's a difference between fans and supporters, fanatics and supporters, you know, and the supporters is who you aim to please, if you will, if you're going to do that. And though that's your audience, that's your tribe, you know, and you have to be cool enough and comfortable enough in your craft that you can say the hell with the fanatics because they're fickle. You know, they're going to be on somebody else. This is my core audience and this is who I'm rocking with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's next for you, sis? What you? I know. Listen, you got like 47 brands, or you had like.
I do. Man, we're 10 jobs, mine.
Yeah, everybody. I'm gonna go do work. Tell me about some of them and tell me what's going on. What's coming up next?
So I just rebranded. So my page, my personal page is Freaknik. That is my
name is
page.
Hilarious, by the way.
Thank you. I thought it was so cute. So Frequency Nicole. And that was a testament for my growth. Before it was Nikki's Thoughts. Now you're on my frequency. You know what I mean? And so it's philosophies and creations from my frequency, you know, and from mine, not from what, you know, whatever. We already talked about that. So I launched the page, the Instagram page, that is Freaknik, and that's FREQ _NIK. So I have that going on. I still got Black Sauce kicking. We are going into our 5th year. That is my online store. And it's just booming.
Awesome.
It's booming.
Awesome.
It's booming. So
awesome. Business is all booming.
Yes, it's all boom.
Yeah.
Big things are going.
All right.
Yes, to me.
Yeah.
I have the Black Love Effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Awesome.
feature you and Wifey
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
Me and Jim was featured on that show. Yes, we were.
Black
Yeah.
Love Effect, and that grew. I grew 100,000 followers in under a year.
Awesome.
You know, so and that was the thing when I really start being true to myself and just took a break from pleasing everybody. My business just broke, boom. Beautiful. So I have the Black Love Effect, Instagram, Black Love Effect, Hedonist Playground. That's a favorite. That's my erotic playground for women. We go to Hedo. I do erotic events. I do drink overs. I do soirees. We doing our first co-ed one for Valentine's Day.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, shorty, won't you go get a bag of the lethals and meet us? Because we're going to be undressed in a few bras and a few see-throughs. Okay. That's in the DC area.
Okay.
Instagram plug, Hedonist Playground. The website is www.thehedonistplayground.com. My website for my store is www.blacksaucebrand.com. I just got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Just go to Freaknik to the Instagram page, FREQ.NIK, and it drops down all of my things. That's what I just tell everybody. Just go to the main page.
That's beautiful, sis. I tell you, man, I respect that hustle. I really do, man.
Thank you.
I really, really do. Again, not everybody got that in them. You keep that up. You keep that up. All right. Yeah. Yo, thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. Really appreciate it. Sis, be good. Take care of yourself out here in all this mess, man. I know you buying yourself, I know you stay positive, but take care of yourself. All right.
You know I stay strapped. Hey, you know what I mean. Hey. So yes. Say that.
And on that note, we up out of here.
Bye.
All right now.
All right.